Some doors, once opened, never close, and some reflections don't belong to you anymore. The hikers never spoke about that forest again. Not to each other, not to anyone, but silence doesn't mean escape. Because something followed them. Quietly, patiently. 3 days later, Daniel sat alone in his apartment. The TV was on, but muted. The room was dim. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the walls. He hadn't slept properly since that day. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw it. That mirror, that smile, a dim sound effect, faint whisper in background. A Daniel. He froze. His fingers stopped scrolling on his phone. Slowly, very slowly, he lifted his head. The mirror across the room stood still. Old, plain, harmless, but something felt wrong. He stared at his reflection. It stared back. Perfectly synced. Perfectly normal. Then, it blinked. Daniel didn't. His breath caught in his throat. "No," he whispered. The reflection smiled, very slightly. Not enough to be obvious, but enough to feel wrong. Daniel jumped up, knocked the chair behind him. "This isn't real." He rushed to the mirror, stood inches away, panting. "Move," he whispered to his reflection. "Do something." Nothing, just him. He laughed nervously. "See? Nothing." Then, the reflection whispered, without moving its lips, "You saw us." Daniel stumbled back in terror. "What do you want from me?" Silence. Then slowly, the room temperature dropped. His breath became visible. Cold air wrapped around him. Like invisible hands, a thin crack appeared on the mirror. From the top, crawling downward, like a living thing. Daniel shook his head. "No, no, no, no." The crack spread wider, faster, branching into dozens of lines. And then, the reflection stopped copying him. It stood still, head slightly tilted, watching him. "You took him." Daniel's heart pounded. "I didn't take anyone." "You saw. So now, you replace." "Replace who?" he screamed. The lights flickered violently. On, off, on, off. In one flicker, the reflection changed. It wasn't Daniel anymore. It was Adam, standing inside the mirror, his face pale, eyes dark. That same unnatural smile. "No, this can't be happening." Daniel backed away slowly, tears forming in his eyes. "I left that forest. I escaped." Suddenly, a loud crack echoed. The mirror didn't shatter. It opened, like a door. Darkness poured out from inside. Not light, not shadow, something deeper. And then, a figure stepped out. Tall, thin, unnatural. Its limbs slightly too long, its smile too wide. Daniel tried to run, but his legs refused to move, like something was holding him in place. "Don't resist," the figure whispered softly. "It only makes it worse."